What's good with it, YouTube family? It's your boy King Reacts, back here with another lit reaction video for y'all today, man. As you read by the title today, man, I will be reacting to 10 dumbest lottery winners in the world. So, I mean, honestly, y'all know I don't really react to a whole bunch of type videos like this, but y'all know I mainly try to stick to music reaction videos or whatever. But I feel like I saw this video pop up on somebody that I'm subscribed to or whatever, and I saw that they did a reaction video to it, so it kind of just gave me the idea. I didn't watch the reaction video because I wanted to save watching and seeing the actual video for my own, and I felt like ain't no telling what some of these people did with lottery money, bro. I would not be surprised some of the stuff that we might end up seeing here, you dig? So yeah, man, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna knock this video out, you feel me? And then after this, I'm about to start on all the DDG songs off of his EP, album, whatever it was, mixtape that just dropped last night at midnight, Die for Respect. I'm about to react to all of them songs. I'm gonna do separate videos for each song. I was thinking about doing just one huge deluxe, but nah. I feel like if I do a big like deluxe long video, it's gonna be like 30 something, 40 something minutes, and a lot of people not gonna sit there through the whole time. So I'd rather do it part by part, because as more people look up my videos and find my videos like on the recommended and searching and stuff, sometimes it'll be better for people to just see one video, and if they want to go see another, go to another one, instead of them having to like dig through one video to find one song that they just want to see the reaction to, you feel me? So yeah, man, I done already did too much talking, so y'all know the deal. Down below, drop a like, comment, subscribe. Let's go ahead, let's get straight to this video.
I guess he mad cause the girlfriend flirt. Yo, feeling be hurting me. Yo, really digging me. I ain't got no love in me, so why would I show her sympathy? You see what she did to me. She stabbed my heart and watched me.
Tell me, do you hear the voice of Harbinger?
Like and subscribe right now, or you're gonna have terrible luck.
What we about to see, bro?
Let's be honest. We've all at one time fantasized about what we do with lottery winnings. Finally getting that dream car, a beachfront mansion, a dream vacation, and so on. But if any of the winners in this video are anything to go by, this is not always the case. Those millions you dream about could all be gone in a few years because of some really stupid mistakes. Don't believe it? Check out these dumbo lottery winners who couldn't hold on to their newfound fortune. Number 10. Amanda Clayton. Living off welfare is something most people go for due to a lack of alternatives.
She went on 9/11.
And if you're expecting $1 million, you
in
already have an
2011,
alternative, which means giving up state assistance is a no-brainer. Ideally, that should have been Amanda Clayton, who won $1 million in 2011. But instead of stepping away from welfare assistance, she had no qualms collecting her $200 check. And when she was questioned about it, she defended her decision by saying she was unemployed, which of course was true. But come on, she had $1 million. Long story short, Ms. Clayton was charged with felony welfare fraud and consequently sentenced to 9 months of probation. She was also ordered to reimburse about $5,500.
Yo, imagine you winning the lottery and then right then and there you get caught up for welfare fraud, bro. Just imagine. I mean, obviously you'll get out of it. Like they said, she only had 9 months probation if they had to pay for bail or whatever. Like, obviously she got the money to get out of it, but like, just imagine like the excitement you would have because you just won the lottery and all that, and then boom, you literally just get picked up for welfare fraud.
Amount she had received after winning the lottery. A few months later, she was found dead at home in what was suspected to be a drug overdose.
Now, I thought he was gonna say something like she was found dead at home due to a murder or something. Not a drug overdose, not OD, bro. I would have used that money to myself. If I knew that I was using drugs like that for me to OD, I would have got right. I just won $1 million, bro. Now, I don't got $1 million because obviously taxes, most of that money gonna go to state government. Like, you only gonna get a percentage of the $1 million. If y'all don't know that, when you win the lottery, you don't get the whole amount. A lot of that go to taxes and state and all that. They tax you like crazy. But still, the percentage, like, she would have had, and it was 2011 too. That was 10 years ago, bro. So it was probably, the percentages was probably lower that they would have took off compared to now. If I knew I was using drugs like that, I'm gonna make sure I go to the top mental institution, rehabilitation center, whichever help I need. Or if I need both, I'm gonna make sure I go to the top ones and get straight. Cause I got businesses to start up. I got things to invest in. Got a whole life to live together. They just said she was living on welfare before that. Good, man. You didn't deserve that much.
Evelyn Adams. Winning the lottery is itself almost impossible. The odds are stacked against the players by a huge factor. That's why Evelyn Adams was more than lucky in the 1980s when she won the lottery twice in 4 months.
Hold up. So you out here telling me people, well, never mind, they said 1980s, but still, she won the lottery twice in a 4-month span in the 1980s. Imagine how much money $1 million is, or what. It don't matter if it's $1 million, whatever amount they're gonna say that she got. Imagine how much money that was back then in 1980. Man.
Actually the first person to win more than once for the 22 states that had lotteries at the time. In total, she made a cool $5.4 million, an amount that should have you be set for life if you know what you're doing. But that's not Adam's case. Today, she reported
$5.4 million in 1980. That's probably like equivalent back then. That's probably equivalent to like a cool 10, 11 million in that time now, bro. Actually, I wouldn't say that. I'd probably say like 7, 8, 9 million in that time now, bro. 30 years ago, bro. Man, what'd she do?
Lives in a trailer park, according to Business Insider. So, where did all the millions disappear to? Bad business deals, bad debts, and gifts to family members and friends took away part of those millions. At one time, she bought the
How much gifting is you doing?
At, but had to sell it off.
Should have gift yourself a house. You
was
living in
wiped
a
away by
trailer
Miss
park?
Adams' gambling addiction. Probably looking for another big win, she frequented casinos in Atlantic City, which was, as it turned out, a bad idea.
Alright, now I'm not surprised she was gambling. She was an old head. She was gambling. I'm not surprised, but like, I mean, she could have made some of the money back and more. But sooner or later, you got a couple $1 million out of $5.4 million, or a couple of 100,000. Nah, you probably got at least $1 million or two. At least $1 million or two. Sooner or later, you gotta know when it's enough. Sweetie, come on now, like, Lord, let me go. Just show on the screen.
Tell me, do you hear the voice of
Just
harbinger?
imagine.
Number 8. Billy Bob Harold Jr. Billy was barely making enough working at Home Depot when Lady Lucky knocked on his front door. In 1997, he won the winning ticket for the Texas Lottery Lotto jackpot, which was worth $31 million at the time. With annual payments of $1.24 million, Bob and his family were sorted for the next 25 years. Or so he thought. But as is common with lottery winners, he couldn't hold it together long enough. He immediately went on a spending spree, buying a ranch, 6 homes, and several new cars. His family members and close friends enjoyed the ride too. Basically, he was too good-hearted to tell anyone no, so he kept doling out to lots of people who asked him for help, as well as making substantial donations to his
that's like,
church. Eventually,
to his church. Yeah, see, that's the type of stuff I'm not surprised by. He was buying a whole bunch of houses, a whole bunch of cars. I mean, you don't need 6 houses, bro. You really don't. Everybody asking for money. Just because you got it now don't mean you're supposed to give it away. You did. You got stuff you need to take care of, handle. You probably got kids, grandkids that you could pass some money down to. Like, bro, what? But I'm not surprised. He was buying houses and cars. That's like the typical stuff most people would think that somebody winning the lottery would spend it on. Not saying it's a good idea, because it's not to blow all that money. Obviously, 31 mil, bro. But that's the typical stuff most people would think about.
The constant demands from people around him and long-lost relatives became too much for Billy, not just financially, but also emotionally. The toll had extended to his family, at which point his wife divorced him less than 2 years after the big win. And when he could no longer handle the pressures that came with his win, he shot himself in the chest. The end. Number 7. Willie Hurt. Hurt won slightly over $3 million in the Michigan lottery in 1989, but 2 years into his newly found grand life, he was already deep in trouble on many fronts in his personal life. According to the terms of the winning, the father agreed to receive a little over $150,000 every year instead of a lump sum, but even that turned out to be too much for him to handle. By the time he received his second payment, Willie was a crack junkie, had lost custody of his kids, and was in the middle of a divorce. And to top it all,
this man got money and then turned into a crack junkie. This man got money and then turns his life upside down. For the worse. Not for the better, but for the worse. I hate people like that.
He was the main suspect in the murder of a 30-year-old Wendy Elizabeth, his equally crack-addicted girlfriend. Number 6. J-Knight Lee. The then wig shop owner won a whopping $18 million in 1993 and immediately went on a giving rampage. She did find out that the $18 million account balance wasn't that much when you decide to dish it out indiscriminately. Of course, she did splurge a bit on herself earlier with a characteristic nice house in a gated community, as you would expect. Allegedly, that was the only tangible asset Lee is said to have acquired. She channeled much of her winnings towards philanthropic work, where she dropped huge sums, seemingly oblivious of the financial fixes.
But these ads got to go.
Tell me, do you hear the voice of Harbinger?
Now, when I get monetized, y'all can watch my ads, but we're not watching the ads. I'm sorry.
She was putting herself into. Her major donations included $1 million to the Washington University School of Law, $277,000 to the Democratic Party candidates, and a house to the St. Louis Korean American Association, among others. But beneath these donations, J-Knight was actually borrowing the money, probably intending to repay with her yearly payouts. When that didn't work out because of the burgeoning debt, she decided to sell the rights to the remaining payments for a lump sum. That, too, didn't help the situation, and in 2001, she filed for bankruptcy with reportedly $700 in the bank and $2.5 million in debt.
2.5 million in debt. How do you do that?
Alex Tom. Things were rough for Alex and Rhoda with their 6 kids and a meager dollar balance. After buying a lottery ticket, the family had about $24 to survive on for the rest of the week. Lucky for them, though, their sacrifice paid off big time when they won $13 million, a life-changing sum by any standards. It didn't take long before the family went berserk with spending. Tom and his wife booked a hotel room in Las Vegas for 3 months, splurging on it $1,000 per night. On top of that, they also spent big on fine dining and shopping, as well as gambling away a good chunk. After they got bored of the lifestyle, they settled in Florida, but not without problems. Because of their extravagance, they had to file for bankruptcy twice, and, worst of all, set a date with the IRS, which was quite a mess on their part. In 2006, they were
filed bankruptcy not once but twice, bro. See, people be getting money be dumb, like everybody get a little bit of money nowadays and splurge, but winning 13 million, I ain't splurging like that. I ain't no dummy. That's the thing. People just be some fools.
Tax fraud, but Alex passed away before they could stand trial. His wife, on the other hand, served 2 years in prison. Number 4. Gerald Busfeld. Muswagon is another unfortunate lottery winner who ended up taking his own life after burning through all his millions. The tragic and last years of his life began in 1998 when he scored a winning ticket for the Super 7 jackpot that consequently made him $10 million richer.
He started
What was
gambling
supposed to
too.
be good fortune turned sour for Mr. Muswagon. He wasn't very good with investing, so pretty much every business he tried getting into eventually failed, which meant there wasn't much money coming in. Given the life he had adopted as the newest millionaire in town, this wasn't exactly ideal. With millions in the bank, Gerald went on a spending spree, not just on himself, but also on his friends and family, catering to their every whim. He purchased some top-of-the-range cars and, of course, a nice home that he could kick back in after.
That's one thing about me. When I make it, when y'all help me make it, and I blow up, I'm gonna take care of my family. I'm gonna make sure everybody's straight. But I'm not just taking care of them. I'm not just getting them everything that they want. I'm gonna take care of them. And I'm gonna set us all up for a way that we all straight on our own. I'll put them on game, whatever they want to do. I'll invest in them till they blow up. And they get investments from other people. But it's not just gonna be me taking care of everybody forever. I'm gonna put everybody on so everybody can take care of themselves and everybody they want to. You dig? I'm talking about DDG type stuff. I ain't necessarily talking about my whole family gonna be doing YouTube, cause my family not them type people. Not at all. But I'm saying like just DDG, the Shade Frost, all them type peoples. They got on game for what they wanted to do. They set their peoples up. Their peoples ended up getting into the YouTube route like them. So that's what they did. But either way it go, when I make it, I'm gonna set my peoples up some kind of way. It ain't necessarily gonna be YouTube.
A long day of counting his millions. Those were pretty much the only tangible purchases he ever made. From there onwards, Gerald was all about the good, or is it bad, life. He got into drugs and alcohol, a habit that eventually drained his big paycheck. In 2005, 7 years after the monumental win, he committed suicide.
That's sad, bro. People get addicted to money.
Callie Rogers.
They get addicted to a
Have you ever
fake
heard of
lifestyle
coffee
they
shops
can't
over
really
here?
afford.
You know, the people you see relaxing at the coffee shop and working on their laptops all day, but then you see them leave and they drive off in a $250,000.
Rogers was lucky to win a £1.9 million lottery back in 2003 when she was just 16. Such a sudden amount of money is bound to confuse a lot.
How you win the lottery at 16? You can win the lottery at 16? I thought you had to be 18 to even buy the ticket. Bro, I seriously hate that my lights turn off by this stuff. Bro, now you don't want to turn back on? Come on now, fool. Dang, cuz. I literally hate that, bro. I'm at school, bro. These lights turn off by themselves. Weird.
Adults, let alone a 16-year-old without much life experience. So it was only a matter of time before Miss Rogers...
Hold up, why she low-key look good right there? Let me sit up right. And she got the little tattoos. Now she ain't 16 right there.
A 16-year-old without much life experience.
Woman.
So it was only a matter of time before Miss Rogers was out of her big check. After getting the stash, the teenager dived right into the good life with vacations, shopping, homes, and partying hard with some of her friends. She also readily dished out sums to relatives and more friends, which, according to her, was supposed to make them happy. She also got involved with some shady guy who not only raided her bank account, but also left her with quite a burden. 2 kids.
Look at the glow up though. From the left picture to the right picture. And she got the neck tat right. Let's keep going.
So when she came to her senses, Callie was broke, in debt, and worse, with the responsibility of providing for the 2 children. Not a nice place to be at, for sure.
Gotta watch people when you got
Now
money.
it's time for today's best pick.
Oh Lord.
Today's photo was sent to us by a subscriber, so if you come across a photo online and want to know more details about it, just send it over to us. We might even feature it in a future video. Number 2. Michael Carroll. Michael was just 19 in 2002, where he paid the bills as a garbage collector. That same year, he bought a ticket for a £4 lottery ticket, which changed his life, both for the better and for the worse. With that ticket, he won close to £10 million, which made him an overnight celebrity, as you'd expect of any lottery winner. While he promised to be careful with his huge windfall, it didn't take long before he went back on his word. He kept it together for at least a year, all this time mainly doling out some of the monies to close friends and family members. But all broke loose in 2003 when his wife divorced him on allegations of infidelity. The wife, Sandra, made away with £1.4 million of the total loot. Carroll slowly grew into a party animal, throwing what he called Roman-style orgies every once a month at the tune of £50,000. Every trouble that followed him later on stemmed from these parties, especially with all the extra cash he spent on drugs and court appearances for him and his pals. In about 5 years, the whole stash was gone, which meant going back to a regular job.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video.
Bro, I'm here.
Hello, dear.
To see the people.
Life moves really fast out in the suburbs.
Experience.
How is this video 21 minutes long?
Denise Rossi. Thomas had been married to Denise for 26 years without major problems, but one day in 1997, his wife presented him with divorce papers seemingly out of the blue. Still unsure of what to make of it, he signed the papers and the two parted ways. It wasn't until 2 years later that Mr. Rossi found the missing puzzle to their divorce. A letter addressed to his ex-wife was mistakenly delivered to his new home in Los Angeles and had all he needed to know about the cause of his divorce. Denise had won the $1.3 million California lottery on December 28, 1996.
She won the lottery and skirted off on him, so he couldn't do no shady mess and try to leave and get some of that money. Cause she probably knew he wasn't gonna sign a prenup or nothing. But hold up, if she won and they was already together, no matter if he knew already or, no matter if he knew then, he know now because of that letter. So he probably went back and finessed some kind of way, took it to court some kind of way and got some money. Oh, hold up.
Days before she served him with divorce papers. With the new crucial info, Thomas took Denise to court for not disclosing the win at the time of divorce. He presented a pretty solid case, which saw the judge awarding him the entire amount, much to his ex-wife's disappointment.
No, see, that's wrong. See, I told y'all, bro. People grimy. That's wrong, though. The judge should not have let him win like that. Like, they could have gave him some, but they took all her money and gave it to him. No. At the end of the day, she's still the one that won. And all it was her not telling him that she won. I mean, they was married, but still, like, taking all her money and giving it to him, that's a little bit drastic. That's a little bit too far. That's wild, bro. That is wild for sure.
They say rainy days don't last for long. I'm sitting here thinking when these sunny days gon' come along. But fuck these bitches, fuck these niggas, they left me alone. Tears in my eyes, never cry cause I gotta stay strong. They say rainy days don't last for long. I'm sitting here thinking when these sunny days gon' come along. But fuck these bitches, fuck these niggas, they left me alone. Tears in my eyes, never cry cause I gotta stay strong.